that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No. I really should've known. We were dating right till we hit a red light. Didn't see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's not for us. No, you can't decide. After all this time, this is it for us. After all this time, this is it for us. After all this time, this is it for us. Oh, I really should've known. We were dating right till we hit a red light. Didn't see the side. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's not for us. No, you can't decide. After all this time, this is it for us.
Porch light flicker on the siding, moths dancing like they know the tune. Porch light flicker on the siding, moths dancing like they know the tune. Every breath feels borrowed, but tonight the world's in tune. Old chair hums beneath me, playing boards keep the time. Old chair hums beneath me, playing boards keep the time. If this sound ain't perfect, that's how it's mine. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Someone left the radio humming low next door. Static sings the harmony. I couldn't ask for Let the porch light burn uneven. Let the shadows play. Yeah, the porch light burn uneven. Keep the night from drifting away. If this ain't heaven, it'll do for today.
Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do
Howdy, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Got the first win under the belt. Had to wait quite a long time to get in on that one. What's up, Anthony Reyes? I got a question. I'm not sure, but the charts don't load on my PC. I tried to fix everything, and the other markets show the chart data, so I don't know. Did you go live? Yeah, only shows the to beat number. Okay. Yeah, so what? I don't know. That might be just something going on. Maybe restart the computer. Might want to just try to refresh the screen. I don't know. It's not something I'm seeing on my side. I don't know why you would be. Um, but sometimes I think the cookies get stored in a weird way, and so the it just behaves weirdly on an individual computer. So I don't know. Might maybe restart, maybe refresh, and yeah. But it does happen to me from time to time on the phone, especially happens on the phone all the time to me. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Only shows the to beat number. A little 29-cent win for Surge to get her rolling. Whatever happened to the meme coin, Surge? How'd you do on that? Stabilizing on the same price. I think it'll go up. I'm taking in small profits when I see peaks. Nice. Yeah, finding a meme coin that doesn't tank right away is a pretty rare thing. So looks like you found a gem. You may get me back into opening up a Phantom account and throwing a few bucks in there and just trading with you for fun. I'll keep my focus on the Kalshi markets, but it'd be fun to be in there with you when you're doing these things. But yeah, I would do like kind of like how you're doing to start. Throw $10 in there and you know try to make some sense. Well, 3 cents is 3 cents. I think it's smart to get in late on that one. Like that was I was pretty convinced down was going to happen there, and it did not. So thinking about maybe I'm going to give it the week, but I'm thinking about maybe shifting when I get into like 85 instead of 75. But we'll see. I mean, all I'm trying to do is get the 10-cent profit, so I might as well wait until the probability is even a little bit higher instead of getting in at 75. So actually, I just kind of talked myself into it. Like, I think I'm going to do that. Wait till 85, try to get in somewhere between 85 and 90, and get the 10 cents and get out. So slight adjustment to the bot, but I'm still in bleep blorp mode. Just doing my bleep blorp over here. Well, we keep racking up the subscribers. I think we're near 390 now, Every time I go away and come back, it's like another 10. So the videos are encouraging people to go come in and join and the live. So anyway, we'll be at 1,000 before you know it. Looking forward to that. I mean, basically, I expect to make like pocket change doing that, but it'd be kind of fun. Maybe we'll get Kalshi to sponsor us at some point. Let's see if I can finally hit $20 a session. Last night I broke even at 15. Yeah, last night was pretty rough, but yeah, it's a great goal. Double your entry amount, and sticking with the program, man. Sticking with the program. All right. Well, I'll come back when we've got a little bit more folks in the chat, or there's questions or comments to react to. But for now, I will send it over to the YouTube audio library DJ who only has 18 songs to work with. Yeah, I think it would be good. Actually, they don't. As I've said before, Kalshi doesn't care if you win or lose. Like they actually maybe prefer you to win because that means you're gonna make more bids and get more Kalshi fees racking up. So they it's a kind of a different mindset for Kalshi than other sports betting books or anything like that, or casinos or anything like that, where they got to kind of ban you if you're too good. Here it's a little bit different. They just want you to keep bidding and more fees for them. So they I think more than any other kind of investment tool, uh, they want you to do well. So I would think if they saw something like this and a bunch of people gathering and racking up Kalshi fees together, I think they'd be like, you know, all on board and supporting it. So we'll see. Um, I'd be all for it, especially if they want to do giveaways and stuff like that on the channel. So we'll see. I don't know. I could definitely see even like Trading View and stuff like that if it got big enough. Um, yeah, so we'll see. All these advertisers just want a successful audience to put their stuff in front of. So I'm happy to take their money and use it for the community. I would love to do like a bunch of giveaways and stuff like that. I think that'd be fun. We'll get there eventually, but we're already, man, almost to 400 already. It's like, whoa, that was fast. What's up? The real Pipe X is in the house. Yeah, Serge, I could see it. It could happen. Especially because, I don't know, I just don't see. I mean, if there are people doing it besides me, I don't. I mean, I don't see it happening a lot. So, in fact, I just don't see it happening. I think this might be the only show in town at the moment. So we'll see. I think if I'm Kalshi, I'm like, man, this guy is teaching people how to use our system. Like making people. It's like a free course on how to like use Kalshi. It's like for me, I'd be like, sweet, let's support this guy. So it could happen. It's been a crazy few days. Yep, I'm gonna move into trading mode, and we're gonna move to the slight alteration of waiting until 85 cents to get in, and I think that's a better threshold. So.
Themselves. Oh, it's a habit I wanna break. Like a baby panties on display. You pull me in, I can't look away. Nothing matters, it's a pattern. Oh, it's a habit I wanna break. Like a baby panties on display. And you pull me in, I can't look away. Nothing matters, it's a pattern. Will I always be wasting my time? Feels like everyone's wasting my time. Will I get over it? Over the pattern. Don't think it's fair, then get in line. Not waiting to go on a green light. Stop digging for dirt in the gold mine. Just keeping up, just keeping my patterns. Just keeping up, just keeping the pattern. Just keeping up, keeping up. Oh, it's a habit I wanna break. Like a baby panties on display. And you pull me in, I can't look away. Nothing matters, it's a pattern. Oh, it's a habit I wanna break. Like a baby panties on display. And you pull me in, I can't look away. Nothing matters, it's a pattern. I don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this torsion, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. And nobody is watching at night. The water rising. Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again.
Well, I like a nice easy start to the day, a couple wins under the belt, and we're rolling. Hope everybody else did well there, made a little cash. Definitely got to be patient. Wait for it to look like it's solid, but yep, it's worked out well for me the last couple. So it's a good start to the day. And I think the other change I'm going to make that just makes sense in the bot in my bleep blorp mode is instead of the price, just if it gets to 50 cents, I sell. So I'm waiting until 7 minutes, waiting until one side goes to 85, getting in, 10-cent profit, or stop loss at 50 cents. So that's kind of the updated bleep blorp for me. And I think that simplifies it for the bot as well to just focus on the Kalshi price instead of trying to track CF benchmarks. So some slight alterations to the plan for the code here, but I think that those two options or those two updates make sense. So but yeah, this is my favorite day of the week as a retired person is it's Monday. Everybody going to work. I'm sorry if you have to go to work. I apologize, but I do not. So this is my this is my favorite day of the week. Not to rub it in. I apologize if I'm doing that, uh, but yeah, this is definitely the day I'm happiest. Yeah, I lived in an RV and traveled the West for like 10, 12 years, and everybody would come out on the weekends to camp, and you know, and it'd just be crazy. There'd be people everywhere and noise and people with their ATVs making noise, and they're just people are noisy, and but then Monday morning would come and everybody would go back to their life, and it'd be nice and quiet and peaceful, and it's my favorite day. I'm at work chilling today. Got some free time for trading. Carlos, what do you do? And Serge, I know you said you were at work yesterday. What do you guys do for to pay the bills? You gotta love having a job where you can it's quiet enough that you can get some trading in while you're there. Unarmed security, okay. So basically, you can just tell people to stop doing stuff, but welder at a shipyard. Wow. Okay. It's so funny you say that. I did some genealogy on my family, and look back through the records, and yeah, one of my ancestors back in like 1900 or so was worked at the shipyard in Detroit, and I'm not. It just said, what did it say he did? Oh, he worked on kind of the same deal. I mean, but with wood. He worked on the joints between the wood on the wood ships. It was like, damn. I started here since I need 5 years experience for good positions. And since I turned 21, I might consider going armed. Okay. Does that pay more if you're armed versus unarmed? Man, I don't want any guns in my life. That's kind of a thing. It's like I'm more likely to hurt myself than anything. And I figure if somebody wants something that bad, they can just have it. Like whatever, dude. Like, but I do tell people I live in a very quiet, kind of peaceful spot, but it's also kind of like a spot that tweakers tend to find their way toward because it's kind of off the grid and like not a normal neighborhood. And anytime I like interact with them, I'm like, I'm just gonna tell you, man, don't bring any of your drama to me. I don't look for drama. I avoid it at all cost. I don't, I seek out a peaceful life and all this stuff. So if you bring your drama to me, you are asking for it, man. Because I have specifically let you know that I do not want that in my life. So I try to let people know, like, do not bring any drama my way. Like, don't do it. Like, stay far away, bro. Yes, but I don't think I want a gun either, and I'll switch professions for sure. I'm not passionate about this at all. Yeah. Oh, you're in the Bay Area, Carlos? Yeah, yeah. Oh, you're not that far away from me, dude. And I've been to the Bay Area. Yeah, it's a bit much for me. Any big city is a bit much for me. But really, honestly, once you cross that bridge and you get over, north of the Bay Area, just right away, it's like amazing. As soon as you cross that bridge and go north, that whole stretch is. I don't know if you've ever taken that drive, but man, just drive up north of San Francisco on the 1/101, whatever it is. I think it's 101 at that point. But man, that's my happy place. I traveled the whole United States, all over the place, every place you can imagine I've been, and this is the place I was like, this is the best right here. Like anywhere between north of San Francisco and Vancouver, in Canada, you know that whole stretch. I'm a huge fan of. I love it, and that's where I live, kind of on the Oregon border of California. It basically feels more like Oregon vibes than California vibes here. And Oregon coast, man, what a drive! If you ever get a chance to do that in your life, just take a couple weeks and just drive from San Francisco to Vancouver. Fly into San Francisco, or if you live there, just be there, and then drive up. Rent a car, drive up to Vancouver, and then fly back. It's like amazing trip. So we got our engagement ambassador, our lock-in ambassador. I'm trying to think what else we need. We probably need the security ambassador. Of like when people come in and are like, you know, uh, trying to be the guru in the comments. The enforcer of like, hey, read the screen, bro. We ain't doing that. Gotta hit that like button. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right, I'm gonna get ready for this one, and good luck, everybody. Here we go.
Anywhere, anyway, baby, just name the time. When I'ma come through, can you get me cruising on the moonlight? Top down, playing new sounds while the wind blows over it. Checking my maps, heading a stack, keep it intact. Do me a favor, girl. Can you keep it warm for me, keep it on for me like a shower? I needed to run for me, hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me, and you got something that's showing what's underneath. Still you expect me to make it do pleasantries, baby, I'm yours. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in.
Yeah, so in bleep blorp mode, I am going to sit out this one because it never got to 85 before 2 minutes to go, so I am out. So yeah, that feels like a real good one to have the bot sit out on. Yeah, just too close to call at the end. Diabolical conditions at the moment. Yeah, the raising of the price on my bot to 85 cents saved me from getting in on that one. It also stopped me from making a little profit because I would have made it, but I think it's better to stay out of something like this. So I think the change from 75 to 85 as the threshold is a real good update to the bot protocol. But yeah, I'll be glad to see that one behind us. A real, a real, nail biter if you're involved with it. So 16 cents. All right. Well, that's in that market. That's real good. Getting anything out of that, fantastic.
I
J-Bed singing something about the way things used to be. Now I'm dancing on a wire like a cheap paper tiger, strumming on a heartstring stereo to a song that no one knows, and it goes like this. Hey, hey, yeah, said it goes like this. Say la vie, oh, don't ask me, 'cause it goes like this. Yeah.
Zico, welcome. Just started getting into this. I just want to welcome you to the chat. And if you have any questions, just let us know. The folks who are in the chat right now are the stands of this group, and they can, along with me, answer any questions, at least about the strategy that we're currently implementing. But I also have the most recent video I did on my channel kind of gives a pretty good overview of, I guess, the basics, the fundamentals of what we're doing right now. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let us know. I'm gonna try and stick to chat mode, just chill in the chat. But if it's too complicated to answer by typing, I'll come in and talk.
That girl is a runner, she was born to get away. Hear that two-tone humming, headed out to the highway. I should have seen it coming through the years left in the dust, that after all the lessons learned, it would end the both of us. There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave.
All right, cool, man. I'm usually do lives 6 to 8 hours a day, maybe a little bit less than that now, but I do an afternoon session and an evening session on the West Coast here in California. So kind of the window is noon to 4, and then like usually 8 to midnight, somewhere in there. So yeah, come and join us. We'll try and help each other get better at this trading thing.
First for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave. There's a first for everything, like her hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain
from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my baby girl become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave.
Thought your love was real, but it's down for us. Now you can't decide. Oh, oh, oh. After all this time, this was it for us. Change your energy, yeah, you switch things up. Now you seem brand new to me. But was that even for? Was you playing your games? Was you really bored? No. I really should've known. We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Didn't see the signs. Oh, after all that time, this is it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's down for us. No, you can't decide. Oh, oh, oh. After all this time, this was it for us. After all this time, this was it for us. After all this time, this was it for us. Oh, I really should've known. We were dynamite till we hit a red light. Didn't see the sign. Oh, after all that time, this was it for us. You don't wanna try. Thought your love was real, but it's down for us. No, you can't decide. Oh, oh, oh. After all this time, this was it for us.
Porch light flicker on the siding.
Just want to kind of alert everybody that the Bollinger Bands are tightening up real tight now, and we're actually getting kind of close to the bottom edge of the Bollinger Bands. RSI, this is where they kind of contradict a little bit. RSI suggests it's a lot more mid, but yeah, something to keep an eye on. I have found that when it tends to tighten up this much, that can sometimes lead to a extreme breakout. Like the price is kind of solidified in one spot and then a big movement in one direction. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on that. And yeah. Fun fact. Our engagement coordinator doing his work.
I couldn't ask for more. Let the porch light burn uneven. Let the shadows play. Yeah, the porch light burn uneven. Keep the night from drifting away. If this ain't heaven, it'll do for today. Never really know what's going on. Look at me sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out,
stretch it. I get to remember it. Then I see my bed is empty on one side. Back in the sheet, the only place I can hide. In the morning, I'm wondering how I'm gonna get through the night. Sick and weary, and only your love's gonna make it right. I close the curtain, sweating, shaking all over. Imagine you're here. I'm looking up at the door. I'm a better man.
All right, so the numbers have been down on this stream. Oh, hey, Lucas. Yeah, so I'm kind of coming in because I haven't been talking much. So Mike was muted. And yeah, so I thought I'd come in and see if I can get the engagement up a little bit. What I'm going to do right now, even though I've got a lot of stands in the room who are very familiar with what I'm doing, I think it's really helpful for me to talk through the strategy, everything that's on the screen, especially when it gets quiet like this. So let's do that. And Lucas. All right, see you later, Serge. I just saw that message. Um, so Lucas, yeah, we if you could look on the screen, we don't really. So if you could look on the screen, we don't really do that here in this chat. But let me just go over kind of the overview of the what we do here. So basically, we've got obviously Kalshi on the screen. That's where we're making our investments and tracking our progress. We've got the chart is the trading view chart. And in general, for this strategy, we're using that to just get an idea of potential shifts in the trend, support and resistance. And right now, we're looking at it. It's pretty low on the Bollinger Bands. It's across the line there, and it's low on RSI. And then once we get both of those below, RSI below 30, it's at 44 right now, 45. And Bollinger Bands outside the lines, the lower line, we would expect a bounce back at that point. We're not seeing that yet. Well, a slight one on that last one, or right now. But we'll see if that holds or if we continue on a little bit of a downtrend here. Yeah, so we're watching the chart with Bollinger Bands and RSI as our indicators. We've got in the white box the real-time index, the RTI, on CF benchmarks, which is what Kalshi uses to determine the price on Kalshi. So we've got the real-time number, and Kalshi does an average of that number in over a 60-second period. So it's an average, so it moves slower. So the real-time price is in that white box. That's what we're basing pretty much everything on, and that's what the price on Kalshi is based on. We've also got the Coinbase order book on the board to see what's happening in real time on one of the exchanges. This gives us an idea of where there might be some pressure pushing the market in one direction or another in real time. And so the strategy that we're using here is buying high probability And right now I'm waiting for time to be my ally. So I'm actually testing a bot strategy right now. So I'm very much in bleep blorp mode. I'm just executing a strategy just like a bot would at very specific times, very specific numbers. So I'm waiting until the 7 minute mark. As soon as one of the sides goes to 85, I'm buying, and I'm going to buy at 99 cents so that the system knows to give me the best price for asks that's on the board at that moment, plus Kalshi fees. So if I get in at 85, it's going to read as 85.85 or whatever it is, whatever the fee is on top of that. And then I'll set a take profit immediately for 10 cents. So I'm generally getting in at 86 cents or something like that, and setting a take profit at 96 cents. And then if the price drops to 50 cents, I have to sell. It's a very simple strategy. You don't have to have a lot of skills at reading the charts to do this. It's just being far enough away from the target number with time running out. And time is your ally. You're not going to always win, but you're going to win more than you lose. And yeah, this is kind of like the strategy of kind of just notching small wins and limiting the losses with the stop loss. And the stop loss is super important for this strategy. We're also going to sit out or get out of the market once it gets to the 2 minute mark. Things get a little dicey after that point. So, and we're not going to get into the market if we haven't gotten in yet at the 2 minute mark. We'll be done. So that's the kind of the basic overall strategy here. Da-da-da. Glad I caught you. You were right about not making the best decisions after 12. Corn, I feel you so much. My decision making when I get tired at the end of the day is terrible. I'm very good, when I'm rested and fresh, but yeah, the wee hours of the morning I tend to make some really dumb mistakes and overcommit and get way too way too in the weeds with this stuff. So yeah, that's something I'm learning about myself as well. So it's an unfortunate, hard lesson to learn, but yeah, that's one of those things. Now I'm at the point now, if I ever feel like being aggressive, if that ever kicks in, my thing is like, yeah, let's go play a video game or do something else, like anything else but trading right now. Like if we're trying to, roll the dice and do a gambling move and try to double our, thing, and it's time to take a break. So all right, I'm in trading mode now.
Themselves. Oh, it's a habit I wanna break, like a baby vanities on display, and you pull me in, I can't look away. Nothing matters, it's a pattern. Oh, it's a habit I wanna break, like a baby vanities on display, and you pull me in, I can't look away. Nothing matters.
if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this delusion, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe, and nobody is watching at night. Who wanna rise up? Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again. I don't know if I can find my way out. In this delusion, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. Fall into the ocean. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching in. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. It's coming. I'm reaching.
All right, Bleep Blorp racks up another win. Yeah, it's been I think a real good decision. I did have the bot program to go in at 75 cents, but I think going in at 85 is a much better overall strategy. It's more in line with what I do live trading anyway. So the win percentage is up today, kind of racking them up slowly but surely. Haven't had to do the stop loss yet, so that's always good. Always like that. That one got down to the kind of close to the 2 minute mark, but it hit 85 cents before 2 minutes to go. I thought that was kind of a dicey situation to get in on, but the nice thing about I'm basically trading in a format that the bot I'm on a program is going to trade. So I'm like, I just follow a very regimented set of rules that I set up ahead of time. So according to the rules, I had to get in there, and it worked out. So, but it was definitely kind of could have gone either way. And we're at that point right now where we got this downtrend that's gone past the Bollinger Bands, low on the RSI. So you feel like a bounce back upwards could happen. And it's kind of like going back, and the market's going back and forth, and has been really for the last few hours. So yeah, the basic idea here is I come in, I chat the first, the first 7.5 minutes of the market because my bot doesn't trade until starting at 7 minutes to go. So I'm in chat mode at the beginning of the market, and then once I'm out of my position. Tough loss. I think 85 is a safe bet. Got in on up 79 cents and went all the way down. Revenge traded 57 cents back. Yeah, I think you're right. I think 85 makes more sense. I'm gonna still be able to scalp my 10 cents of profit, but at a higher probability, less losses. So it absolutely makes more sense to get in at 85 instead of 75 or 80. So I think that's a good update to the strategy today. And yeah, so if anybody has any questions, just let me know. Let me see. Amisha says, "Hi, I'm new here, trying to understand this. Correct me if I'm wrong. Basically, the strategy is to get in at 85% and get out at 95%. I think that's a fair generalization. Yeah. I'm basically I'm practicing a strategy that I want to program into a trading bot, and I'm being very. I want to set up very clear numbers so the bot can just function based on, math, basically. So, yeah, once I see it get to 85 cents, that's my cue to buy. And I'm buying at 99 cents, not because I want to buy at 99 cents, but I'm basically telling the system, I want to buy right now in this millisecond at the best available price below 99 cents. So I'm not buying, and I'm going to change that. I just did it in the last one to 89 cents just to make sure I don't get in the 90s. But anyway, it won't give me if I bid above on a buy, it'll give me the best price that's currently on the market. It won't give me that number I bid in. So anyway, that's why I'm coming in at 89 cents because that's kind of the max of where I want to come in at. And yeah, once I do that, I figure out where I got in at, what the number was. Maybe it's 86, maybe it's 87, whatever the fees were and all that. And then I just add 10 cents, set my take profit, put that on the board. As soon as it hits that number, it'll cash me out. And then I go in and change that number. It's already on the board, but I'm editing it to 1. Same idea as buying. If I sell or ask below the current number, it'll give me the best price available at that moment. But if I were to come in and say 50 cents for my stop loss, and all of a sudden it dropped to 35 cents, it wouldn't fill my bid because it's now above where the market currently is. So basically what I'm doing is telling the system I want to sell at this moment for the best price available above 1 cent. So that's why I'm using those numbers in the boxes. You could do the same thing, not using limit orders, just doing dollars or shares. You could do that, but sometimes I like to be able to. I like to be able to do a take profit and all that stuff, and limit orders are very good for that. So yeah, to answer your question, is getting in at 85 and selling at 95. Yeah, that's basically the idea. Execution, sometimes it's 87 cents and 97 cents, but I'm trying to get in at high probability. It's got to be less than 7 minutes to go and more than 2 minutes to go. So if I have not gotten into the market by 2 minutes, I'm done with that market and I'm out because it's too close to call, and my strategy is very susceptible to losing in that situation. So basically, the window for me to bid to get in the market is 7 minutes to 2 minutes. And once I'm in, that 2 minute is also like a hard, get out moment. So things just if it gets close at the end in the last 2 minutes, it gets really unpredictable. The pricing and this strategy really relies on if you lose your edge, you're getting in at 85 cents. So if you lose the edge there and end up taking a loss completely, it takes a long time with this strategy. You got to win 8.5 in a row at your 10-cent thing to get back to where you were. So it's really important in the strategy that when we get to like the 50-cent mark, we don't have any edge left. There's no edge left. So if I am in at 85 and it drops to 50 or below, I got to be out. That's the rule. So I'm trading like a bot, basically attempting to work out a strategy that I can program that can run without me being there. And so I'm kind of that's why I'm saying a lot of bleep blorp stuff today, because I'm just basically you know functioning as a bot in human form at the moment, trading a very specific fundamental. It's got to be this, it's got to be that, So normally I'm a little bit more, trusting my gut and all that stuff, but I'm in bot programming mode, so that's why I'm very regimented. I will say that trading this way with a very regimented strategy that you've got to follow is actually kind of less anxiety provoking. It's actually kind of relaxing because your only job is to press a button if something happens. You don't have to worry about, oh, should I stay in? Should I get out? No, it's part of the strategy. So I'm going to get into this one. You can see me do my thing on this one.
Anyway, baby, just name the time. When I'ma come through, can you get me cruising under moonlight? Top down, playing new sounds while the wind blows over it. Checking my maps, heading a stack, keep it intact. Do me a favor, girl. Can you keep it warm for me, keep it on for me like a shower? I needed to run for me, hold it down till I'm pulling up. I finally made it, girl. And I'm at the door, see you walking up to me, and you got something that's showing what's underneath. Still you expect me to make it do pleasantries, baby, I'm yours. Love what you got on, but I want it all for you. We can play a song while I'm holding on to you. Rubbing in the hallway, no use for all.
So, and I did the did the take profit there because we hit the 2-minute mark. So again, I'm just trading like a bot. Like I've got a very specific set of rules that I have to follow. It keeps things from being really stressful. It's actually a pretty relaxing way to trade as long as you are confident in the strategy that you're implementing. I'm very confident in this strategy because I've done it for a long time. And now I'm just getting ready to get it into bot form, and work out any of the kinks to make it work without me being there. Basically how I would want the bot to handle situations with me not there. So that's what I'm doing right now, and that's why I got out at not the full 10-cent profit. We hit the 2-minute mark, and it's time to go. Would have eventually gotten the 10 cents, but I think it's a good strategy to have in the bot. So, what's up, Dr. Fizz? Hope you're doing well today. So the bot is, I think, flawless on the day. I made an adjustment to it, Dr. Fizz. I changed a couple things. Here's the rules of the bot and how it's trading. So it cannot get in until the 7-minute mark. That's the same. It has to get out at the 2, or not do the market in general at 2 minutes. So if it hasn't placed a bid by 2 minutes to go, pass, skip the market. If you have a position at 2 minutes to go, have to sell right at 2 minutes. The entry point now is 85 cents instead of 75. And instead of entering using 99 cents to make my bid, I'm doing 89 cents because that's kind of the limit of how high I want to go. So I'll most likely almost all the time get placed at 85 to 88, somewhere in there. If I press 89 cents right when I see it go to 85. And that's what the bot will be doing, is bidding that way. Then I try to take my 10-cent profit and get ready to do a take loss. Instead of setting it at 1 cent, I thought to myself, where is the point where the bot, where I just want it to stay in because it's not worth it to take that amount. And I think that's probably 20 cents. Like, if you're getting in the 19, 18, 17, you might as well take the risk and stay in till the end because you could win the thing anyway. So I'm bidding at 89 cents when it hits 85. I'm setting a 10-cent take profit based on whatever number I got in on, and I'm adjusting that to 20 cents. So when I bid, I'm saying to the system, and I'm bidding when it gets to 50 cents. So if it gets to 50 cents, I got to sell with that 20-cent take profit, and I'm basically going to be telling the system I want the best price above 20 cents when I hit this button. So I'll likely average somewhere around 50 to 40 in that range. And if it just goes crazy and flips from 50 down to 10, it's not going to even do a stop loss. It's just going to stay in and see what happens. So I think that's a pretty comprehensive strategy, and we're just going to try and implement it. Try to be very consistent about executing it for the next week, and see how we do. See if there's any adjustments that need to be made. Um, Staying out in the last 2 minutes will keep me out of like too close to call, you know, conditions, and I think that's a very good thing to avoid for this strategy. So that's the plan. That's the bot plan for right now. And my only job is to press buttons at the right time. So very stress-free trading for me over here. I can focus a lot on the chat and catching up with people and stuff like that. So yeah, but yeah, if there's any questions, just let me know. Yeah, I'm basically here to facilitate the community um, and just test my strategy here. So if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. Once I'm in the 7 minute and 30 second time frame, I'm done. I'm done talking until I'm done with the trade. So I'll shut off the microphone, turn on the music, and just focus on executing the trade. And yeah, so if you put in a question during that time, uh, just know that I'll definitely get to it as soon as I return. So, but that being said, and Dr. Fizz is in the room. We still got, I believe Carlos is still here. Got a nice little crew hanging out here this afternoon. It's a beautiful Monday afternoon here in the Pacific Northwest. And so let's get into trading mode a little early on this one. And good luck, everybody. Hope you make some cash.
That girl is a runner, she was born to get away. Hear that two-tone humming, headed out to the highway. I should have seen it coming, through the years left in the dust. But after all the lessons learned, it would end the both of us. There's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave. In the summer, man, it feels like yesterday, when she was looking out that window on the bus to second grade. The first step she'd ever take, the first cut from a heartbreak. Been through it all, but now this time to go our separate ways. But there's a first for everything, like a hand holding mine. Now I'm left here with the pain from her I love you goodbye. And though it hurts to watch my whole world become the woman she would be, the thing that I forgot would set her free. I taught her how to leave.
Yeah, so I've got a trade as a bot, so I might not get filled on this one. It ran away a little too fast, but it is at the bottom of the Bollinger Bands, and may bounce hard, so we'll see. But yeah, my current programming for the bot is at 7 minutes, 89-cent bid. So the good thing about that is if it does hit 89 cents, I'm not going to have to pay any fees, and it's just going to get filled right at 89 cents. That being said, this one looks like the bot would have to pass on this one because it's above 89 at the 7-minute mark. So something for me to consider. Do I want to adjust that? Probably not. I mean, it's okay to miss a market, like no big deal. Oops. Hello. Sorry, hold on one second.
Nobody driving, we're in the back to the end of the world. Tides will rise, tides will fall with the gravity of you to the end of the world.
Sorry, neighbor dropped by. I had to chat with him for a second. Use Martin Gala. What is Martin Gala? I'm very interested in what that is. But yeah, so under these bot conditions, at the 2-minute mark, I'll just take down that 89-cent order. But yeah, this is the only challenge of having the entry price be limited at 89 cents. Sometimes you miss when it goes on a heater, and we definitely had a runner on this one. So yeah, that's all right. Now we are definitely in conditions where the potential for a bounce back in the other direction is growing. Past the Bollinger Bands, low on the RSI, 37 on the RSI. So yeah, Joel, tell me, what is Martin Gala? I don't know what that is. And I just feel kind of safe, even though this is not total bot protocol. I'm just going to take this down because it ain't happening. And if it is happening, it's kind of going to be dangerous because if it goes to 89 right now, it's going to be moving fast in the other direction. So use Martin Gala. Oh, I think I know what you're saying. Martingale. Use Martingale. I, I figured it out. Martingale. Yeah, it's a guy's last name who came up with the idea, but Martingale, Martingale, Martingale strategy. Took me a minute to figure out what it was, but I got it. All right. Yeah, I mean, we could. I'm not a. I think I've abandoned that as a strategy. Especially, I'm in bot programming mode, so that's not what I'm doing right now. But you could, you know, the chances of it reversing are growing by the market. Um, every time it continues the streak and goes down. But we actually had a up the last one, so yeah, this would not even fit my martingale strategy. How profit are you today? With this strategy, I think I'm 6-0 or 7-0, but it's just small wins. So uh, up, definitely up. Um, but yeah, I'm mostly testing a bot strategy, so I'm not even focused on that. I'm just focused on the execution of the strategy. But yeah, I am up. I don't know, maybe 3% on my portfolio right now for the day. A lot of wins stacking up, but my main focus right now is just, uh, you know, getting the strategy dialed in, making sure I'm executing it exactly, and I want to run it for a week to see if it's profitable and if there's any places I can tweak it where I think it might get better. So I'm kind of in a week. I call this the bleep blorp week. I'm just kind of doing small wins add up. Yeah, for sure. Walmart twin, absolutely. Small wins add up. Keep stacking them. Keep stacking them. And along with that, when when you don't have the advantage anymore, take the loss. Not 100% loss, you know, a 50-60% loss, or I mean a 40-50% loss instead of 100% loss. That's key with this strategy is having a stop loss. Even though Kalshi doesn't allow you to set it up ahead of time, being ready to take a stop loss when it hits the mark that you decide it's time to get out. That's for me. That's like vital. You got to have that especially if you're doing high probability, getting in at 85 cents, kind of thing. You got to have a stop loss because otherwise, one loss wipes out eight or nine wins. So it's definitely important to have that stop loss and get good at pressing that button, even though you know you're going to lose some money. You know, and even if it does finish on the other side, or it finishes where you would have won, that's not important. It's hard to think that way, but we want to be really good at executing a strategy no matter what. And if your strategy needs to be adjusted, that's fine. But whatever you decide on your strategy, you have to stick to it. Otherwise, you'll be beating yourself up after the market's done. Not only would you have lost the whole thing, but you're bummed out that you didn't do what you said you were going to do. And how do I know this? Well, I learned things the hard way. So, and when you learn things the hard way, sometimes you have to do it multiple times the hard way to learn. But I can assure you, and these are trading principles that successful traders use on multiple markets, not just Kalshi Bitcoin 15-minute predictive markets. Like this is, if you watch videos from really good traders, these are all things that they do. And, we want to emulate those successful traders and their strategies. And that's basically what I've got going here. High probability, scalp the 10 cents at the end, and learn how to get out once, and for me, that's 50 cents. If I buy at 85 and it gets to 50, now I have there's no advantage left anymore. There's no edge. It's gone. And I might as well take my 50 cents and call that market done, It's easier said than done, though. Learning to take a good loss is probably the hardest skill to learn and the most important one if you want to be profitable doing this strategy. The other one is learning to sit out when it's too close to call. And we talk about this. Carlos is big on this one. Learning how to not do revenge trading. You take a loss, and now all of a sudden you're like, I got to make that up. I'm going to go, I'm going to go down double, triple, quadruple. I'm going to go for it this time. That's diabolical and will really destroy the strategy. So you have to be disciplined. No revenge trading. No, when you lose, you lose. Next one, same strategy. Go back to it. And you don't have to trade like I do, but whatever system you come up with, the amount you win has to exceed the amount you lose over time. I mean, that's a ridiculously simple thing to say, but if you're getting in at 50 cents, okay, you have to be 50-50, you have to be more than 50-50 to make a profit. So your prediction skills have to be better than average if you're going to do that. And some people are, good at that and have a strategy that does that. Buy at 50, 40, 60 range and hold to the end. And, that's a strategy. That's a legitimate strategy you can do. There's a lot of legitimate strategies you can do, but at the end of the day, they just have to be profitable. They have to, if you're winning, only 30% of the time, when you do win, it has to be big wins, and that's a strategy you can do too. Take the like right now, the low side, the 32 cents on down. And if you do that every time and you have a strategy around it and you've got it worked out, you can make money that way too, I've just found for me, my personality, what I like to do, how I like to function, I like to do it this way. And this is my strategy that works for me. And honestly, the only time I lose is when I stray from this strategy. Long term. If I stray from the strategy, I get tired in the middle of the night and I'm like, you know what? I've been working hard all day. I deserve a big win. Like stupid shit. As soon as that happens, I ruin my strategy. As soon as that happens. So I am very successful if I stick to the strategy, which is why I'm moving into bot trading mode where there's no gray areas. It's just, X, Y, Z. That's all you can do. How often stick to the strategy. How often are you on live? I'm on live. I say 6 to 8 hours a day. It depends on how I'm feeling that day, but I do 2 sessions. This is California Pacific time. Somewhere between noon and 4, which is what we're doing right now. We're getting at the end of the afternoon session. Then I take a break and I come back and do 8 p.m. to midnight, somewhere in there. Sometimes I'll start at 8, sometimes at 9, sometimes I'll finish at 11, sometimes midnight. But I'm in those 2 ranges. So I do 2 live streams a day, somewhere between probably 2 and 4 hours each time. So I'm on quite a bit. I want to get into bot trading myself, but I want to do it myself so I can have the bot thinking like me. Karen, that is absolute brilliant thinking and absolutely what I recommend. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate the sub and absolutely. And what I'm going to do on this channel, when I do the next bot, Because what I want to teach people is not to do exactly what I'm doing. I want to teach people how to think strategically, and if you're creating a bot, how to create, one way you can create the bot. So basically teaching people how to fish instead of giving them a fish, like teaching people how to do things. And anybody in the world, I have no programming background, but I have built a bot that did exactly what I wanted it to do. It took some time. I had to work out the bugs. I had to work with AI to get it done, but you can absolutely program a trading bot. And probably the next video I'm going to do, once I get this strategy nailed down. Oh, see, I talked right through my trading. I'll be back. So yeah, another stack and another win. Another good one for the day here. So I don't know, we're 8-0 on the day, kind of cruising. Um, you know, I know a loss is coming. Like that's just part of the strategy. My main job is to limit the damage on the loss, and that's what makes my system profitable. I'm gonna get, you know, 80 to 90% wins, like just because of where I get in. But I just can't have the losses be devastating. So, yeah, that's the system I got. I mean, but again, this channel is about discussing strategies. There's multiple strategies that will work. Just at the end of the day, the math has to work out. Like the numbers have to add up, and that's all there is to it. Like so, I've tried a number of different strategies. I've been doing this kind of consistently daily for over a year, and yeah, I mean in different conditions, there's different strategies will work better than others. But I have found this strategy I'm using to be one that works for me, and I've heard a number of other people that use a similar type of strategy. So let's see. Well, you got a sub, and I'm going to be here often, most every day if I can. Awesome. I also trade on Kalshi, but I'm just starting. Well, I mean, I think you're not alone in here, and got plenty of people who are just starting that are, you know, learning with you, and people, a lot of people here willing to help and answer questions. Nice win, Carlos. Carlos locked in, getting the wins. So yeah, it's been a real steady day of just stacking the wins for me today. So let's talk about the chart though, as we get into this next one. Significant downtrend, been going on for a couple hours now. Getting close to the bottom of the RSI. We're at 32.8. 30 is considered kind of a resistance point. So we're real close to that 30 number on RSI, where there's a tendency for it to bounce back. Just keep in mind with the charts, they just give you tendencies. They don't tell you, they don't predict what's going to happen. Because everything is dependent on some rich person or some major corporation deciding in any given moment to buy or sell their shares. That being said, everybody's looking at the same chart. And so sometimes it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that, you know, when it gets to this point, buyers start thinking, well, this is a good time to buy, you know, because it's down. The price has been pressed down for a while now. It's kind of oversold. Liquidity sweep may be coming to an end here and might be a good time to buy. So that's going on in buyers' minds in the market. So we watch for a potential upswing. We don't know that it's going to happen. We wouldn't bet our house on it, you know, but that is the tendency we're approaching. At some point, this downtrend is going to meet some resistance, and people are going to say, this is a great price, I got to buy it. So we shall see if we are nearing that place. You definitely will learn how to trade smart here, minimizing losses. Took me a week of daily sessions and learned to trade, not gamble. I appreciate that, Carlos. That's definitely what, you know. Yeah, we're here to try strategies that have a high probability of producing a profit. And the one that I'm primarily advocating for, and the one that I use, is slow but steady progress. And it does rely. You'll get some setbacks that are hard to overcome if you get in when it's too risky and the odds are not in your favor, and if you don't do a stop loss. Those are the two things. Like, you got to know when to not sit out, and you got to know when to take a good loss. The winning part is kind of built in because you're getting in at a high probability. You know what I mean? Like, and these numbers you're seeing on the screen, there are thousands of trading bots that are trading these markets. Kalshi makes it very easy to have a bot connect with their system using the API, the Kalshi API. So they want people to use bots. They encourage it, and they set up their system to make it easy for bots to do their work. So, in general, the price is a pretty good indicator of probability in any given moment. That's why you can study the charts, you can look at the order book, you can do X, Y, and Z. But the best the two best things you've got at your disposal for these trading moments is the white box, the CF benchmark's current price that's in real time, and the price on Kalshi. Those two things are the best barometer of probability of an end result in any given moment. So that's why doesn't mean that side is always going to win, but the bots are running the numbers and are tracking probability and sizing their bids based on probability. So you don't really have to do all the work of programming a bot to calculate probability. The market is doing that for you. There's thousands of bots already on it. They're already on that task. And you will see as the white box price changes, the price on Kalshi changes immediately, in milliseconds, because it's not human beings reacting to that. It's bots trained on probability of what is the price, how much time is left, how far away from the strike. Those three things. So I can just tell you from watching this for a year that the numbers you're seeing on the bottom of the screen, the up and down, 43, 59, whatever, those are pretty accurate for what's happening in the market at any given moment. So that's why we can use that as an entry point, because it's a pretty good estimation of when the odds are 85 plus of my result winning. And because I'm getting in late, I also have time as my ally. So I'm not waiting 15 minutes to see what happens. I'm narrowing it down to the last 7 minutes to see what happens. So yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out. If you have any more questions, just let me know. I'm really good at responding to questions, but yeah, my system isn't complicated enough to just keep repeating it over and over again. So I like to just kind of chill out, especially when I'm in trading mode. I don't talk. But if you have questions, throw them in the chat. You're not the only one who's wondering about something, like there's no dumb questions. Just ask away. When I come back from this trade, I'm happy to answer. And you're helping the stream when you do that, because people like to hear me talk versus just the music playing. So you give me a better opportunity to say something that's worth saying. So I appreciate all the comments people leave, and I'm here for you if you have something you want to learn today. All right, let's get into this one, and good luck. Somebody just sold a boatload of Bitcoin. So yeah, that we are now definitely in the place where we would say the market is completely oversold, way below the line on Bollinger Bands, way below our, where are we at? 23 on the RSI, severely oversold. And so we would expect a rebound, but we'll have to see how big it is. If it's enough to hold on through this one and then push the next one. But yeah, we're 350 down on this market, and we were already considered kind of oversold before this big sell-off. So pretty fair to say liquidity sweep might be nearing its end. We'll see. A big downtrend going on though, and we'll see if there's any energy at this new mark to cause a buying session. But yeah, it's according to the chart. This is we're due for a support to come in and push up, but again, the chart does not predict the future. It just tells you what the trend, what the tendency is going to be. And so tendency at this point would be pretty strong in the up direction. This is when, I'm getting away from it, but this is when you could consider being more aggressive because, this is, the indicators are real strong that there's going to be a bounce back. But, again, mine is based on almost sure things, my strategy. So it's not a sure thing that this next one's going to go up, but all indicators point in that direction. So if you like getting an edge and kind of increasing your amount that you wager when you have an edge, which is definitely a legitimate strategy. We're nearing or are definitely strongly at that point. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Well, I mean, I would think if I'm a buyer, I'm like, boy, kind of tempting now. Like, this has broken through the previous resistance with a really big sell-off. It happened like in an instant where it dropped 200 points. And that's just somebody selling a huge chunk of Bitcoin at one time. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm expecting a bounce back, but you never know. What's up, kitty? Why do you want to, what? Come here. Hi. Hi, sweetie. So yeah, we'll see what happens here in this market, but the edge on these 15 markets are crazy though. Yeah, I mean, if you've done this long enough, you've seen all kinds of crazy stuff happen, and you've learned to like expect the unexpected. All that being said, yeah, we'll see. I have seen once it goes like this, it can ride the Bollinger Band edge down for a while. So I would be kind of cautious of the up, but also knowing that if it does go up, it's likely to stay there. We shall see. But yeah, we're all the whole market right now is expecting a bounce back because that was a huge sell off. And but we'll see. The price of Bitcoin has been in the 64,000 range for so long. Like it just can't seem to break out of it really in either direction. It's like we seem to have found the bottom of the resistance, like it doesn't want to go any lower than this. It seems like 59.60 is kind of like where it just doesn't want to drop below that. And so it's been kind of teetering around 64 for, it feels like months. I don't know if it's been that long, but it's been a while that it's hanging out here. Every time I come back in and log in, I'm like, yeah, still 64, still 64. But yeah, there is, I mean, the downtrend continues. It ain't over yet. That's why I say the charts, I think you look at them as like definitely not definitive answer on what's going to happen, but they can be helpful in just knowing kind of where we are and what the mentality of the market is in any given moment. There's plenty of people out there thinking, I probably should buy here. And there's also plenty of people waiting to see, is this the end of the downturn? Is it over yet? And so we may have some like people waiting to see, are we going lower or is this kind of where it's going to stabilize? Because if you're buying and you expect a upturn coming soon, this is a great time to start buying. But we'll see if people are confident enough. That big order just kind of shook everything up a little bit. Went from kind of steady, slow downturn to like now it's a little bit more going to be more chaotic. So yeah, it very well may. We'll see. We shall see. Potential for up is definitely there. All right, I'm going to go into trading mode and watch this one closely. And good luck, everybody. And I just realized this is the last market of this session. So I'll wrap things up for the afternoon session after we're done with this market. And I'll be back tonight, Pacific time, 8 p.m. to midnight, somewhere in there. I'll do a session. And so I'll be back after a little break. I usually go out in my on my property and work on a building project that I'm involved in. And when I'm done with that, had my dinner, relaxed, I'll come back and do the evening session. So here's the last one for this one.
Pretty pictures from the upward bound. When the thunder hits, it doesn't make a sound. World's in a hurry just to be let down. Wearing over like a wedding gown. Your body's on time, your body's on time. You made it, you made it.
So I actually don't mind sitting that one out because the only options available to me entering at 7 minutes was to buy in the 90s and get a very small profit with a lot of risk, or um, yeah, basically to get in there. And then if it does reverse, um, which the chart is saying it could happen at any moment, uh, yeah. So I'm okay with the bot sitting out on that one. Um, and I think that the programming kind of works for the conditions right here. So anyway, here comes downtrend continues. We'll see what happens going forward. But I'm going to take a break from the market and go do some real life stuff. I want to thank all of you for hanging out with me today, and I'll be back later tonight. Hope you do well. Good luck on the markets, and yeah, we'll see you soon.
She said it's all for you. I did it all for you. Baby, it's all for you. No, no, no. She said it's all